If you are moving with the customers here, it is really very hard for us. You see how the condition, how we are trying to spread here around. Yeah. So you see how we are squeezing ourselves in that place. It is even unfortunate that anytime somebody will fall in this pole. So we need these people at least to help us and make us a road, a very perfect and a nice bridge here. If it is going to be aside, let it be aside or over this one, because this one, if you see this one goes direct and means somebody's house, whatever, the fence. So this one is not okay. The corner here is also dangerous. We do have accidents here every other time because the road is hidden. We cannot follow like this. So we need the direct road to be made here, direct bridge here. You can see the way how the situation here. The bridge is almost now all breaking. Now if you go there, you see the other side there where that man is coming. Making this corner here is really very dangerous for us.
Have you experienced some accidents here?
We have experienced more accidents here. We have experienced accidents here too much. Not only once, it is too much. We had accidents here too much. More especially this corner.
What are other dangerous roads that you see and you want the city to build right
there? There are some roads down there where students from the other side, when they wanted to connect that side of Uchiba Primary, there's a bridge down there where they are supposed to work on it. So that bridge is not there, where it will make this student to move to follow this other route, which is really far for them.
For how long has this road been in this condition?
This road is here for more than even now a year, more than a year, like this, more than a year. So they are not working upon it. We just bring these stones and they pour these stones here without any use. You can even see how they are. People are just using these stones for standing, for sitting. So it means it is here useless.
And I'm a resident of Osu Cell. I have shown a great concern about this bridge here, Osu Bridge. This bridge has a long story of being worked on. This is the third bridge they have worked. The first two have all been swept off due to shoddy work. And in history, this stream here has drawn more than 3 pupils going to school. I was the PTA chairman in Anyafio Primary School. There we lost 2 kids, and on this side, the LC1 chairperson who was just talked also reported at least 3 kids. And accidents, this bridge has been wrongly planned since direct to the gate. In history, 3 vehicles knocked there. We lost 3 drivers. And this is interconnecting us to Chiba Town, and it is connecting to Anyafio, which is the most high government ranking officers stay
what
on this
should
side.
Be done now that it has
now,
been in this state?
Our cry is, we have heard there was funding for this bridge. The bridge is to be moved down so that the road is straight. Our cry is, let the government be very affirmative. Let the politicians take this message to the right people. We have heard of money through Dr. Deep Usmid to support this program in the cities which have been recently approved by the government. Why is Arua city slow in working on the roads? We have a story of mango tree. Money was eaten, mango tree road. And this bridge, before worse happens, let the work start where we are standing. The authorities come, they first, when the heavy rains came, they brought these stones to block. But because this is a highway route, people on motorcycle foot continue. But now it has eaten right to the foot of that wall, and eventually it will block. how will our children access? And when it rains, the whole thing overflows. People cannot pass here. So our cry is, let there be affirmative action.
My name is Arua. I am the also one chairperson of Allocates, where the issue of the bridge is.
What about the challenge here? For how long has this road been in this bad state?
For almost 2 years now. Those years, at least it was, but not up to this state. But for now, it is too much.
What have been the common cases of accident here?
Really rampant. Motorbikes, they lose control. They found themselves ending up in the stream. Even photo accidents, so far 3 cases we have registered here. We have lost the 3 people who caused the accident. They have all died, and that has been the state.
What do you
Have you tried to follow up on this road legal status in terms of reminding? Have you tried reminding different offices?
Yes,
How was the
I
response
have
been?
moved in several offices, through our sub-county offices, even up to our city engineer's office. They are all very much aware of all the states.
What has been their response?
First of all, they came here and viewed the root cause. We checked, we moved through, and at least found where the root causes were. But we are given time, since it is a big project and it is a government project. Normally it moves slowly, but much as it moves slowly, more lives kept on being claimed.
What should be done now?
We really request, we are pleading to the government at least to improve the state of this road from now.
As chairperson of this village cell, how has it crippled the service delivery in your area?
Really so bad, because you find people, especially when the rain is too heavy, it causes a lot of slippery sort of state. People move, women are very weak. They end up sliding, some even end up falling, losing their food items which are supposed to be taken for sales in the market and what have you.
How many years have you been using this bad road?
For almost 2.5 years, even to 3, but not as critical as now.
My name is Warsham Yaku. I'm the mayor of the city. This is an emergency. You can see this culvert was put during municipal days, and it was haphazardly done. I think their money could not allow for a substantial work to be done. But what we are doing now, we are going to rehabilitate this road. We are going to remove all those soft material, soil and so on, and we are going to fill it with the proper material. We are going to put a retaining wall and compact the area which is filled. But in future, when we get some good funding, we're going to push this bridge from here to the other side, so that the road is straight and the bridge will be raised. We have a challenge of water. Some water which comes from spring which originates from Engineer Mutuka's compound. So it is partly the reason so it's constantly soft and it's getting washed. So what's going to happen is we are going to channel that water through piping, and it will flow underground. So we have assigned the responsibilities of looking for money. Central Division will look for some money, about 100 million. The city is going to get about 117. In the next 2 months, something should be started here.
So why has it taken too long?
There's no money. There's no money. There's no money. What we have done now is we are collapsing projects, because this thing happened in the middle of the financial year. We couldn't do much. So under the road committee, we are trying to look for some small resources to do this.
What is the economic importance of this road to the city?
You know, it is a major linkage between here and East, even Terego, some parts of Marasa. It is a major linkage. You know, Ochiwa Training Center is here. Ochiwa Coast is here. The whole of this part of the city is the connection, direct connection to the city center. Because when people find it difficult to move in the other side.
Where will you get this money from? Local revenue or from Uganda Road Fund?
Local revenue, Uganda Road Fund. We have asked the technical officers to identify the sources.
This is not the only bridge that has been washed or disturbed by floods and a big volume of river flowing here. We have realized that there are about 6 rivers, 6 bridges that are affected in the city, and this is as a result of the mega road fund that the city receives. What we receive as a city, as Arua city, is what the IPF of what Arua municipal used to receive. This 1 billion, which is for road maintenance by government, and the additional road fund that has come, which makes it a total of 1.2 billion something, is not enough to run 7 sub-counties which were under Arua district and the 2 divisions which were under former Arua municipal. This money is money which Arua municipal used to consume. Now it has been spread across to cater for all the roads which are within the city, which has 7 sub-counties under former AIV. Added to it the former Arua municipal, which had 2 divisions of Arua Hill and Rivoli. So what we are now appealing to government is the IPF of road funds, the IPF of road maintenance grant for Arua city should be treated in affirmative action. There must be affirmative action for this. There must be special consideration. People will say, yes, all the cities which were created, the 10 cities created in Uganda, are still benefiting from the previous resources, the previous equipment that the municipalities which were merged to form the cities are enjoying. But Arua's situation is different. What we want the government to know, what we want people in decision making to know is when Arua city was formed, a whole county of Aivu, which would have been a separate district with the 7 sub-counties, Aivu East with the 4 sub-counties, Aivu West with the 3 sub-counties, adding the 2 divisions which were under Arua municipal, makes Arua the biggest city in Uganda that is, that needs services. So we cannot now say we treat Arua city like Jinja, we treat Arua city like Mbarara, we treat Arua city like Gulu. Affirmative action needs to be done. If 6 bridges are washed and we are now in this state where 1 section of the population is cut off from accessing the city center, this is the border of, I'm actually closer to the border of Central Division, which now borders Aivu East Division. And the population in Aivu East, the population of Teregu, the population of Yumbe, the population of Maracha, many people access Arua Central Division through using this road, which comes through Ombachi. So if a bridge is swept off, the city leadership came and tried to block it so that more accidents should be avoided. They blocked it here with the stones. You can see border borders are still insisting to move. Vehicles no longer pass here, but people are passing with the bicycles, people are passing with the border borders, people are walking across through the stones away. So government needs to quickly respond and we fix this problem. But the main plan of this road is actually, the city has a main plan for this road, which passes there and it passes, the bridge will be constructed. That is what we are pushing to the next USMIT program. So for now, to allow access of the city by the population this side, which is a very big volume of people living this side, we are saying let any has committed to raise some funds. We are now appealing to the office of the Prime Minister to also come to our aid, because this is not the only bridge which has been swept off here. City Disaster Committee has compiled a report which we are soon tabling to the floor of Parliament, which we are also tabling to the office of the Prime Minister. We now ask the Prime Minister to quickly respond to our aid and solve this problem.
Could you mention some of these bridges that have been washed away apart from Osu?
There's the dam, which is down here as you slope. Actually, the same river here has washed a bridge down there as you now climb to Ombachi. There's another bridge, it's called Okali. After the airfield, it has been swept off. People can't access, those who come from Maracha. There's another bridge as you pass to Pajulu, it has been swept off. And then others. So there are many bridges in the city here that need attention, which have been swept off by the rain, the much rain that has poured of late. And this is not only in Arua city, and I know government is aware, all over the country, bridges have been swept off, roads have been washed off by running waters. So government needs to now look at it case by case, but really we appeal that Arua's situation needs to be addressed with, immediate effect.
My name is David Chasanku, the City Town Clerk of Arua. We are standing here by the side of Osu Bridge, as you can see. Due to heavy rains that have been caused almost everywhere in the country, we are experiencing quite a big challenge here on access. Of course, many years ago when you are still a municipality, this design, as you see, the road was supposed to go straight, but because of the time, the road changed and took a different dimension. So this morning we had a city road committee. We are discussing what do we do here to allow our people access, because we know there are quite a number of houses that side. There are three things. One, we are looking at local revenue management. When the engineer sat down to calculate, as a relief, they calculated 217 million as just a repair. And that relief would create a space here where this vehicle can go. But when you look at the infrastructure here, it's quite a big project. So what are we trying to do? We are trying to escalate this now to a larger level. There are some partners called KFW who want the German, who are going to help us with almost 6 rivers. We want to bring them here, most likely after Christmas in January, to come and look at this river. One river to be part of all those other rivers like Ori, Enyao, and other rivers that are going to be done. Niva and others. So we want a lasting solution here, something that can really make people comfortable for 50 years or plus. And that is a bigger project. So we also have a World Bank project called under MEDIA, which is coming most likely next year. We want to interest them here. We want to start the designs of this project, such that it is designed under MEDIA. I'm sure they can pick that one, and that will give us a lasting position. We are aware when the Germans come, we can do the embankments of the river under the KFW project. That will also ease. But now the immediate challenge is how do we fix this place, which looks to be really dangerous. You can see our borders are going over a cliff. We wanted it is also, because it was not planned in our next year budget, but this is an emergency. We want to treat this as an emergency, and as government, when it's an emergency, we look around. So we are trying to look around between the two divisions and see what do we do to allow people not to be risked like it is now. So we are sitting next week, this week we are sitting after today to see where can we get the funds. From the engineer is 217 million. Will that be sufficient to give it a bit of a relief as we wait for? So those are the things we are managing. But I'm happy all the leaders are here, from the RCC, the Member of Parliament, all over the technical people. We came to see what do we do for the community that stays here.
What about the 1 billion road fund? Why did you try to allocate it also to...
Okay, there is this 1 billion road fund, which is rehabilitation. You see, Arua City has 551 kilometers That is Arua and Central. 551 kilometers of roads. Now, if you remove that one and put on here, the community in Riki, the community in Adumi, the community here would say, what have you done? That you will have consumed the whole money for Arua in one space. So because we discussed it in the committee, honorable members of parliament felt that, look, what about other people who can't access? Remember, there are some small roads connecting to different markets which are not done. 551 kilometers. Even 1 billion is a throw in the ocean. But in the meantime, we are trying to think. Today meeting, the chairman, Honorable Feta, was like, let's take off 100 million. The easiest way is 217, which we can use. That one we are looking within to see where we can get it. Central Division, where we are, is contributing. And if we will contribute, and then we see what we can do.
Apart from the 1 billion that is coming for rehabilitation, how much does city receive for road fund, Uganda Road Fund?
Well, last year we received 108 million. But 180 million, only this fixing as is 217. From the engineer's estimate.
So as the accounting officer, based on the size of Arua city, what is your appeal to central government in terms of increasing the road fund money for Arua city? Because this money seems to be for the former municipal council.
Yeah, of course, we have written letters. We are continuing to write. You know, cities are 10. Cities took over a bigger chunk, and cities are now bigger than the original municipality. The population of Arua is almost 400 people, much bigger than the original 60-80. So you can see everything has expanded. But as usual, there are two ways. One, we are trying to intensify our local revenue so that we can also pick some money and add. Because we are 10 cities. We are 176 local governments. If God needs money. So as we wait for government to bring in something, we are trying to come within ourselves. How much can we also collect under local revenue and do something? This is a big project, certainly. It will require bigger monies, but we are trying to look for all ways. Local revenue, government, we are writing to office of the Prime Minister. This is an emergency. If they can really come in, they can come in and help the city.
No, so this side we are going to build a retainer wall here. Okay. Like what we call the ring wall. Then we extend here about 3, 4, 5 meters with gabion to retain all the material inside. Okay. Then we excavate all of this material and replace with quality material. We fill in layers and we compact. Okay. After compaction, then we come to the surface of the road. Okay. Then we put some handrail. Because it's quite open. Yeah, it's open. Yeah. Then maybe we improve on the decking. Okay. That concrete decking. Okay. Which will be a temporary measure. But long term,
so the other proposal is for this one.
Yes.
Okay.
The new road and the new bit will be this road was supposed to pass. So that is the plan.
But also look at it. That's running water from that side.
Yeah, we'll have to on the other side as well. And try to manage the storm water on the other side.
The other side.
Okay.